Hi, welcome back to Tele Sessions.
Voucher. So what is a receipt voucher? Okay. So receipt voucher is used when money is received by the business. When our business is receiving money from any source, okay, from a third person. Okay, when we are receiving money through cash, bank transfer, UPI, check or online method from a third person. Okay. At that time, we have to post that transaction using receipt voucher. Okay. So this is very important. So we have to post using receipt voucher when we are receiving money. Okay, when our business is receiving money from a third person. Okay. So common examples we can see customer payment. So if our customer is making payment to us, if we are receiving money from our customer, okay, commission received. If we are receiving commission from any third person, or interest received, if we are receiving interest from our bank, okay, all these cases we will be using receipt voucher. So key rule we can see here, whenever money enters the business, we have to use F6 or receipt voucher. Okay. So whenever money enters the business, so whatever be the case, if money is entering our business, okay, money entering our business means if you are introducing capital, or if you are getting some commission from somebody, or if you are getting the payment from our customer, all these scenarios we have to use receipt voucher. Shortcut is F6. Okay. So let us see two examples. So here we can see an example of customer receipt. Okay. So we are receiving payment from ABC traders. So scenario, we are receiving 20,000 from ABC traders through bank account. So accounting entry is we will be debiting the bank account, because debit, if we are receiving money, we have to debit that. Debit what comes in. And to ABC traders. Okay, credit the giver. So SBI account debtor to ABC traders account 20,000 each. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to, from gateway of Tally, we have to go to voucher and then receipt voucher. Okay. So after that, we have to select account. So this is, they are posting it in the single entry mode. So that is why it is showing it as accounts and particulars. If it is double entry mode, you can see here credit SBI and debit ABC traders. Okay. So let us see how it is done. So we are coming to receipt voucher. Okay. So right now we are in payment voucher. So we don't have to go back from here itself, just press F6. Shortcut key is F6, and you can see it is changed. Okay. It is changed to receipt voucher. Now, if you don't want the single entry mode and if you want only double entry mode, what is the shortcut key? It is Control plus H. Or you can see in the right side, change mode option is there. Select that, and you can select double entry. So here you can see it is showing it as credit and debit. First will always be credit. Okay? So credit means what income you are receiving. So that one you have to put here. If you go to payment, okay, one thing you have to notice is very, very important. If you go to payment, it is asking you to debit the ledger. Okay. If you come to receipt, it is asking you to credit the ledger. Okay. If you come to contra, there also it will ask you to credit the ledger. Okay. So here we are in receipt voucher. So you have to credit the income. Why when we go to payment, it is showing it as debit? Because it is asking you to debit the expense. Okay. When it comes to receipt, it is asking you to show the income. Okay. Only after you show the income, it will ask you to select the cash account or bank account. Okay. So this also you have to be very careful which account is showing in the top. Okay. So here we are receiving money from our customer. So what is the name of the customer? So it is ABC Traders. So here we have an ABC Traders. So press enter. So here you can see ABC Traders current balance is 50,000 rupees. So ABC Traders has already purchased from us. Okay. In the previous example, ABC Traders has already purchased from us when we were dealing with when we were explaining using the voucher type, we posted a sales transaction. At that time, ABC Traders purchased goods worth 50,000 from us. So now we are getting 25,000 from them. No, sorry, 20,000. We are getting 20,000 from ABC Traders through SBI Bank. So here I am typing 20,000. Okay. press enter and debit our bank account. Okay, so SBI, I'm selecting, so 20,000 in SBI. Okay, so this is how you post a receipt voucher in double entry mode. So if you want to see how it comes in single entry mode, you just need to click on change mode, shortcut key is Control plus H and select single entry, and it will be like this. So SBI, we are selecting this account as SBI because we are what we have to select here. We have to select through which account a business is getting the money. Okay, so here we are receiving it through SBI. So select SBI, and then who is giving the money? Okay, ABC Traders. We are receiving the money from ABC Traders. So press enter, enter again. So here it is asking us what is the mode of the payment. So here we can select either check, fund transfer, UPI, others, or if you want to show more, you can select that and it will list out all these things. Okay. So for now, I'm just selecting others because we don't know what mode of payment they are making. Okay. So once we have the details, we can select the correct option, whether it is ATM, cash, card, check, ECS, everything. And then you can select the instrument number or bank name. Okay. So I'm saving this. And in the narration column, we have to mention. So in the narration column, we can put what is it? Uh, in the narration column, let me put the received from ABC Traders. Received from ABC Traders. Enter, enter. Okay. So now we have posted the receipt transaction. Okay. So coming back to the question, see, we have posted the transaction. We are receiving payment from ABC Traders. So now let's go and see the ABC Traders ledger, how it will affect after the entry is posted. Okay. So this is how we verify whether the transaction is done and whether it is posted in the correct place. Okay. So from here, two methods are there. You can either go to gateway of tally and then you can go to more accounts and then select the ledger. Otherwise, you just need to select go to. Okay, click on Alt plus G, and here you can just type ledger. Okay, so here you can see ledger vouchers, and from here also you can select it ABC traders. So I will show the other method. So what the normal method is from gateway of tally, you can go to display more reports. So shortcut key is D, and then we have another option called account books A, and then ledger L. So instead of using the arrow key to go up and down, simply three steps we can reach there. So that is DAL. Okay. Only using this shortcut key you will reach here. Okay. So here ABC traders I'm selecting and then change the period. If you want, you can change the period. I'm changing the period here. Alt F2 and here it is from April. You can see we made a sale on April. Okay. On April 1st, we have made a sale of 50,000 rupees to ABC traders, and on 2nd July, they are making the payment of 20,000. Okay. So now here we can see the current total of 50,000 minus 20,000. Closing balance is 30,000. Okay. So that means they are still owing us 30,000 rupees. So we have to get 30,000 from them later. Okay. So that is the meaning of this. Okay. Now, if you want to go to your bank account, okay, so I'm selecting here SBI. Okay, you can see all the transactions related to our SBI bank account. Cash account is there, HDFC Bank is there, and expense, XYZ suppliers, ABC traders. So these are the mode through which we are receiving and making the payment. Okay. So this is how you check the ledgers. So let us come back to our receipt voucher and see what is the next transaction. So here we are, I hope you are clear about how to make the receive transaction if you are receiving money from the customer and how to check their ledger report. Okay. So what happened when we posted this transaction? Our bank balance increased. Okay, and our customer outstanding balance decreased. So earlier it was 50,000, now it became 30,000. Okay, so that is the purpose of this transaction. Okay, so next we are posting income receipt. Okay, so we are receiving commission. That is, we are receiving through cash. So commission received, we have to post a transaction. So what is the scenario? Commission received in cash. So we have to debit cash and then we have to credit commission income account. Okay. So here we have to create a commission income ledger under income. And then we have to open receipt voucher. We have to credit cash and debit. Sorry, this is wrong. So here we have to select the account as cash and particular we have to select it as commission income. So let us go back. Go to vouchers. Here in the receipt, we have to select cash in the account column, cash, and in the particulars column, we have to select commission. So here commission is not there. So again, we have to create that particular ledger. Shortcut key is Alt plus C. So here we are selecting commission income. So under indirect income, okay, because this is an income, we are receiving something from somebody. So we are selecting indirect income and then Control plus A, commission income, the amount we have to mention. What is the amount? It is 5,000. Okay. So 5,000 I am selecting. Enter. Narration we can mention income received. Income received, whatever be the case, you can put the narration that you can understand later. Okay. So press enter and we can save it. So that transaction is done. Now if we go to that commission ledger, okay, how to go to commission ledger, display, account books, ledger, commission. Okay. So here you can see your commission closing balance is 5,000 and it is made, the payment is made through cash. We received the commission to cash. So that is the meaning of this particular ledger report. Okay. So I hope it is clear. So let's continue. So here we can see this increase the commission income on the profit and loss account. Okay, so we can go and check the profit and loss account as well. So from the gateway of Tally, profit and loss account, we can see it is here in the bottom in the reports column. So just press P. So and then if you see, we can see here indirect income, it is showing as that's 5,000. So select indirect income and you can see commission income in your profit and loss account. Okay. Yes. So now let's continue. Instrument details. So this is the portion which I spoke about just few minutes ago. So we can discuss about this. Okay. So instrument details is used when we do record reference numbers for bank transfers. So if you are making a payment or if you are receiving something from our customer, okay. So if possible, always try to put the details. Check whether it be check number, NEFT number, UPI reference number, all those things. Because at the time of bank reconciliation, this will be very much helpful. Okay. So where we have to put this. So for example, let us go back to one of our bank transaction which we have posted. So come to daybook. Okay. So here let us open XYZ supplier. Okay, XYZ supplier I'm selecting. So this is the payment which we made to XYZ supplier. Okay. So we made the payment through SBI. Let us assume this was a check payment. So select this. And here transaction type. Okay. So this is the purpose of bank allocation. So this screen is not a bank allocation screen. So this is the place where we give the input to Tally that we have made this transaction through these methods. So select spacebar and it will list out all the transaction types. Okay. So if this is not enough, if you can click show more as well, there you will be able to see all the other hidden items. Okay. So here we can assume this payment was made through check. Okay, this was a check payment. So press enter and you can set check range as well in Tally. That one we will be learning at a different session. Here, if you don't have a check range predefined, you can select the instrument number. If you have defined check range, automatically the instrument number will be generated. But here, since the instrument number check is not created, you can just put the instrument number. So 10251. Okay. Something like this check number you can mention. So press enter and you can save this. So where it will help you. Okay. So in from this report, you can see that we can check it. Okay. So I'm coming to display account books, cash or bank book. And if I come to SBI, okay, enter that. There is an option down right here, reconcile. So if I select reconcile, just press enter on reconcile transaction. You can see here all the transactions which we have made through our bank account, SBI bank account. Okay. All the bank transactions that have gone through our SBI bank account will be listed here. Okay. And see, all the other transactions does not have any instrument number, so we don't know which mode of payment was this, or through which method we received the payment, how we made the payment, all those things. Okay, but for this particular transaction, we know this was made through check. Okay, so it will be easier for us because there will be many payment which we make for which the amount is the same. Okay, but we don't know when through which mode we made that payment. So since we are giving the instrument number and we are giving the details for the bank allocation screen, it will help us to identify what this payment is and through what mode we made the payment, whether we made it through check or whether we made it through UPI or bank transfer, RTGS, and MTS, all those things. Okay, so that is the use of giving instrument details. Okay, so that is the purpose of this. Okay, you can see here why we are recording instrument details. It helps us during bank reconciliation and while doing the auditing as well. So when the auditors check the bank statements and if they have any doubts, if we give the instrument details correctly in Tally, they only need to compare it with Tally. Okay, they will check their bank statement and then they will check in Tally and they will find, okay, this number is there, so this is transaction is correct. Okay, it will be making their work easier, and it also provides a clear transaction trail. So a trail will be generated, so we will be able to identify it very easily. Okay, so this particular payment was done through check. This particular payment was done through UPI. This particular payment was done through bank transfer, NEFT. So that is why we have to give instrument details. Okay. Yes. And finally, verification through reports. How we can verify all the payments and receipt. We have seen that we have checked our day book. We have checked all the reports as well. Okay. So how to go to the day book again? From gateway of Tally, we have option called day book there itself. Under vouchers, there is an option called day book. Shortcut key is K. Okay. So I will show that again. From gateway of Tally, under vouchers, there is an option called day book. So if you click on day book, it will take you to the day book report. Okay. Or if you want to, there is another option as well. So if you come to display, there also you can see an option called daybook. Okay. So two methods are there. Okay. So here you can see daybook is in accounting reports as well. Okay. So that is the purpose of daybook. So now if you only want to see payment and receipt, you don't want to see contra voucher. Okay, there is an option here. So there is an option called apply filter. If you only want to see your payment vouchers, click on apply filter and then type payment. Okay, it will list out only the payment vouchers. Okay, or there is another method. You can click on voucher type option here. Okay, there is an option called voucher type, and there if you want you can select contra and it will list out all the contra. Okay, from that particular screen, let me show you. So I'm selecting voucher type and I'm selecting contra. Okay, it will list out only the contra vouchers. If you press escape, it will take you back to the gateway of Tally. Okay, so this is the use of voucher types and filters. Okay, this is how you will verify the transactions. So at the end of the day, when you post all the transactions, you can come to daybook and you can check whether all the amounts is correct. Okay. Apart from this, you can also go to the ledger reports. Okay. So display account books. Okay, DAL. DAL is the shortcut key from gateway of Tally. it will take you to the list of ledger reports. Okay. So from here, you will be able to select your particular ledger that you want to check, and then you can see the transaction posted in that particular ledger. Okay. So that is how we will verify through the reports. You can see the heading verification through reports. So it is used to confirm transaction in tally reports. So apart from this daybook and ledger, you can also check the bank ledger, cash ledger, customer ledger, and expense ledger. Okay. So inside ledger reports, you can check all these things. Okay. So you have to always verify balances that will match your expectations after recording transactions. So you must always verify because this is using money. So you have to always be careful while handling the transactions and handling the money. Okay. So you have to always verify all the transactions that you have done. Okay? If you think that you will check it later, sometimes you will forget, and then at the end of the period, it will be confusing for you where I made the mistake. Okay? So always verify the transaction whenever the transaction has been posted. Okay. Yes. So some common mistakes that happens while that you have to avoid while posting or recording payment and receipt vouchers. So always you should never make the mistake of using receipt voucher for payment. Sometimes the people will be uh, in payment voucher, okay, and then they will be posting uh, commission income received in payment voucher. So make sure you are not doing that because it will make the reports wrong. Okay, so recording a payment through receipt voucher, you should not do that. And recording the receipt through payment voucher, that also you should not do. Payment should be made only through payment voucher, and receipt entry should be made only through receipt voucher. Okay, because payment means money is going out, and receipt voucher means money is coming in. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, and second mistake is selecting the wrong ledger. So sometimes the customer will be, sometimes the organization will be having two ledgers, commission paid and commission received. So at the time of posting the receipt voucher, make sure you're selecting commission received itself, not commission paid, because that ledger, commission paid ledger, will be indirect expenses. Okay, so if you're selecting an expense ledger while posting the receipt, it will be wrong. Okay, the debit and credit balance will be mixed up. Okay, so always make sure you're selecting the correct ledger. You should not make the mistake of selecting the wrong ledger. So here you can see choosing incorrect customer, supplier, expense, or bank ledger. Make sure you're selecting the correct ledger. Okay? And correct method is always verify the customer, supplier, expense, and bank before saving the transaction. Then again, always select the bank account correctly. So instead of SBI, or you should not select UBI. Okay, so make sure you're checking each and every ledger correctly before you are selecting the ledger and posting the transaction. And third one is recording supplier payment as expense. So this is also very important. Sometimes at the case of rent payment and all, okay, if the supplier is collecting TDS and you are making a payment to the supplier or the landlord, okay, sometimes instead of making that payment to the landlord, you will just directly show it as an expense and then you will pay it to the expense ledger. You have not created the outstanding ledger in outstanding transaction. Instead of you are making payment directly to the expense ledger. So that is also wrong. You have to select the supplier ledger if you are making a instead of expense ledger. So posting supplier payment to an expense ledger is wrong. So supplier payment settles liability. So if you have posted an outstanding entry, you have to post that, you have to settle that outstanding entry by posting the supplier, selecting the supplier ledger while posting the transaction payment entry. Okay. So make sure you're not at all making these three mistakes. These are the beginner's mistakes that normally happen. Yes. So this is the practical case study for today's session. You can take a screenshot of this and then you can practice on your own. And these are simple transactions. We have already seen by posting these three transactions. So instructions is that you have to use the payment voucher for all payment entries. you have to use your receipt voucher for all received transactions and verify all the entries in daybook and ledger reports and check that cash and bank balances are updated correctly. Okay. So these are easy transactions. These are the basic transactions. So you can do this. Okay. So you can take a screenshot now for this. You can pause the video, you can take the screenshot, and then you can work on this transaction. Okay. So that is, we are at the end of the session. So you can see all these things are which we covered in this today's session. So we understood what is a payment voucher. We have seen what is a receipt voucher, how it is posted, what is the purpose of receipt voucher, and what are the things we should do and we should not do. Okay. And then we have done few expense payments. We have posted supplier payments. We have posted customer receipts, income receipts, and we have also seen instrument details again. Okay. And finally, we have also seen how to verify the transaction which we have posted through our various reports like daybook, ledger book, bank book, all those things. Okay. So I hope this session was clear. If you have any questions, we can clear it at a later session. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you.